Hi everybody, my name is Monica Bormetti and I'm an Italian psychologist working in the digital wellness space from a couple of years now. What is media literacy? Media literacy is actually a set of skills that we all need in order to analyze and understand the content that we send and we receive online. So to apply media literacy skills basically means to ask ourselves 5 main questions when we find news or a content online. And the first question is, who created this content? The second question is, what kind of communication techniques are used in order just to catch my attention and delivering to me this message? The third question is, how might different people from me may understand and read this message that I'm seeing? The fourth question is, what kind of values are delivered through this video or picture that I'm seeing right now? And fifth and last question to ask to ourselves is, why do we think that this message is basically sent to me? If we ask ourselves these 5 main questions while we are seeing some content online, we will build our media literacy skills. What is social media? Well, social media is basically any website or app that enables users to create and share contents in order to build their social networks. So we can recognize 3 main characteristics of social media. First of all, users are active in creating content. So it's not like we were used to do in the past, where there was one main media that was delivering content to some passive users. Now users are actually active. Second thing, users, in order to deliver content, they actually build their own profile, and that has a lot to do with digital identity, so how we present ourselves online and what we share of our personal identity in the internet, actually, which is something that human beings are used to have and build since ever. What is a fake news? Well, we are hearing this term very often in the past few years. In some cases, it's very clear that the content that we are seeing is fake, but most of the times is only a little detail that is actually fake in the whole thing. And that's very hard to catch and to understand. An example is when we use a real picture but out of content. So that was an example of Italy some months ago, maybe last year. There were newspapers actually using pictures of Albanian immigrants coming from Albania to southern Italy. So something that actually really happened, but in the 90s. And those same pictures were actually used to describe the immigration from northern Africa to southern Italy last year. So that's a subtle example of how a fake news can be built, and it's very hard to detect. Fact-checking means checking the facts that we're reading online. So it's a proactive attitude to go against fake news and to orient ourselves in this overwhelming amount of information that we are seeing and reading and experiencing every day. When we see a content, fact-checking means checking where that news comes from. So what is the primary source of this whole thing? The second thing is putting ourselves in a reverse mode, trying to do the journey that this news made in order to arrive to ourselves. So every content online leaves some prints, and we can go backwards and see where it came from and why it actually arrives exactly to us.